All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition, a New Year edition of Vassals of Kingsgrave for 2026. We're going to discuss a little bit of what we enjoyed about 2025, mostly when it comes to pop culture and media, and maybe a little, current events. We'll see. My name is Adam, also known as drownedsnow, and I am joined by Bina,
Yo, yo, yo.
Steph,
Hello, gsdg.
Jock,
Hello, Jock. I'm Jock 2 on the now defunct forums.
Michal.
Hello, hello. Inkasrain, maybe? Not sure if that is still on there.
Once the screen name, always the screen name.
Yeah, exactly.
Hannah.
Hey, it's wingedshadow / shadow baby.
And Zander in the house.
Also, was your intro off the cuff? You're really good at this. But yeah, Zander, Lord Baron, whatever you want to call.
All right. Well, with that, everybody's here, and maybe someone else will drop in. Everybody's welcome. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. We probably won't be here too long, but let's start. I don't know. I thought like we could give lemon cakes for the year, but I thought that might actually be really depressing. So maybe let's not. But let's just start with a couple of fun bits. Hannah, did you have anything you wanted to share, like shows, books, TV show, movies, anything that you really enjoyed in 2025?
Yeah, I liked The Pit. It was nice to see like Noah Wiley and oh my God, why is his name escaping me now? Um, he did ER. He was the showrunner for ER. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Like them teaming up, and it had like a very obviously like ER feel. I really got into Untamed on Netflix.
John Wells is who you're thinking of, I think,
John
right?
Wells, yes. I like why was I blinking on that? Um, Untamed is the show about, it's like a murder mystery inside Yosemite National Park. And it was just, obviously a beautiful backdrop for a really intriguing story. My very favorite thing though from 2025 has been Paradise on Hulu. Um, I don't want to say like too much about it because if you haven't seen it, like it's it's just awesome.
It's
And I'm really
post-apocalyptic
looking forward to
sort
season
of.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good.
oh
Yeah,
my God, it is just really, really great. And then obviously like Fallout has been a treat to watch. I'm pretty sure that debuted in 2024, but I've already like rewatched season 1 twice, and I'm a big fan of the games, so I feel like they've been really true to
Well,
the
in
the
the
canon and the
second
lore for the
season.
most part. Yeah, and I've been really enjoying season 2. And as far as books go, they've come out like I think the last one came out in 2024, like maybe right at the tail end of 2024. But I've really gotten into the Shadow and Bone series, and like the Six of Crows spin-offs particularly they're really good reads. They're light, so they're more geared toward I think YA, but they don't have that like silly YA feel that sometimes, even like the Hunger Games series, as good of a read as it was, it had like a little bit of that immaturity to it, or like Twilight was kind of silly. The Shadow and Bone is just
kind of
like a
silly.
nice. Yeah, I don't want to disparage it in case there's
I didn't
fans
read
of it
Twilight, so I'm not
listening.
gonna. I just,
Um,
I'm just gonna deliver the standard Twilight hate.
yeah, I mean, I read them and because I wanted to know what the fuss was about, and they have their moments, but anyway, um, the Shadow and Bone books, the main series is first person perspective, which I don't really care for usually. Um, and then the Six of Crows, the Crows like like side quest novels are compendium novels. It's sort of like Night of the Seven Kingdoms to A Song of Ice and Fire. Only it's in the same time. Anyway, they are done from like POV more, and I really do. They're really good. I mean, it's Lee Bardugo. She's got really good storytelling and really interesting world building. It's like high fantasy meets steampunk. and kind of like the Bolshevik era in Russia too. So there's like a blend of that in there. They're very interesting. Netflix did a series, and of course, just like any good Netflix series like The OA or Sense8, they fucking canceled it after 2 seasons. But it's amazing, and even though there's more of that story to be told, I'd still recommend watching the series if you haven't already. But I watched the series first, and I just got into the books this year, so that's why I bring that up.
Yeah, we did do
Um,
a VOC on the series, which I enjoyed, and I
oh,
know
okay.
the books have been kind of on a back burner. I've been like, oh, I should try those. I've got a whole bunch of other books to try, but you stole one of mine with the pit. I will say that
Yeah.
as a healthcare worker, it's like immediately the very first episode of that, I was like, oh, these people have actually worked in healthcare because they got quite a bit right, which was very impressive. Untamed is in my queue. Like I was looking at that the other day. I was like, oh, maybe I should start that, but I haven't.
It's real
Give me
good.
like a 20-second pitch. Like why would someone, I mean, Murder in Yosemite kind of, I feel like it sells itself, right? But
Yeah, so they explore so much of the park through the clues and unraveling this death in the park. So it's state park police that you're following, and one of them is sort of new to the job, and the other one is kind of like a burnout almost, where something's happened in his life that's made him a troubled man, and he's drinking, and he's kind of, this is like his last chance to get it right before they kind of give him the golden handshake. So um it's an interesting dynamic between this, sort of young new person learning the ways of the park, and then learning things about the park, because Yosemite is massive. I mean, it's absolutely a massive piece of land in our state, and there are people that squat there, they live there, and they explore that dynamic, and they filmed a lot of it in the park, so you get to see it's the way they shot it. It's almost like being there, if you've never been, and it's gorgeous.
there's a fairly small number of park rangers, I think, that basically oversee Yosemite in real life. So a lot of sometimes they close it down when there's dangerous conditions, just because there's not enough people.
Yeah, it can take days to get to like parts of the park. There's places where it's inaccessible by vehicle, it's inaccessible by even horse. um it's massive, and it covers a lot of different terrain, and you get to see that through the show. Plus the mystery is intriguing, and Netflix did renew that one for another season, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I did see it said a second season was coming,
Yeah,
so that's interesting. Okay, so like some of these maybe will be something on our watch list, maybe a potential future VOC and whatnot.
yeah.
Um,
Paradise is the best one, though, I've got to say.
I
That's
really enjoyed Paradise. I will say
Yeah,
it's hard to talk about it too much because it's
correct.
like within
Yeah,
the first episode or so, like the previews don't
you
really give
just
away
have
a
to
lot what's
see it.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Secret Service agent, the president. There's mystery. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
awesome.
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down the line as you guys are on my screen, and you can each give me one or two or whatever, how many recommendations you got.
Okay,
Um,
and I just
so,
want to say really quick, I love you guys so much. I miss you all. I'm gonna try to do better about being involved this year. That's my resolution. So,
yeah, let's do it. I mean,
um,
I'm really glad you're here. I mean, we're going to try to do. Did
thank
you finish
you.
Stranger Things, Hannah?
I did, yeah. It, you doing that after this?
No, we're going to try to do it this week. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to talk with
Okay.
everybody maybe tomorrow or sometime later this week. I'd like to
Okay, cool. Yeah,
get a crew
tomorrow
together.
works. I'm free most of the week, just not Tuesday. So,
Okay,
but yeah, I love you guys. Thank you, Adam, for putting this together. We should do another Vodkathon.
we should. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Things have gotten so
Okay.
busy.
Love you guys. Be safe out there. I know it's a weary world, but Vok brings us hope.
Love you, Hannah.
Bye, Hannah.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I do.
All right, so On that note, she had a couple of pretty good recommendations, some I hadn't seen. But Bina, what do you got for us? Do you have anything that's been on your list? I'm sure your list is probably quite long these days, but
I would second Hannah's endorsement of The Pit and of Paradise, which my dad and I watched together and really enjoyed it. Nice and twisty, good dystopian stuff. For books, I'd like to really thank Vok for pointing me towards Station 11 that came out ages ago and that you all loved. And I think there's a really good Vok on it, which I finally read on holiday and was just so moved by. I thought it was going to be really scary, which is why I've been putting it off. But it's actually like a really moving, melancholy, elegiac dystopian novel, which I really enjoyed. For film, I would say I've really enjoyed recently Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another. They're very obvious. But I would say that I watched a very quiet film on Saturday called A Little Prayer. It's not religious, it's just a lovely little family drama starring David Strathairn. I think it's available to stream or rent in America. And if you want something that's just really full of humanity and gorgeousness, I'd recommend that. And then for TV, I'm not sure if it's come out yet in the US, but there's a new version of Amadeus, so the Mozart Salieri story. That was famously a big Oscar winning movie in the 80s, and it's been remade by Sky in the UK jointly with, I think, HBO. So it will be coming out in the States. It stars Will Sharp, who was in that new Lena Dunham show as the boyfriend. And it stars Paul Bettany as Salieri. And I was really skeptical because I love the film, but I really got into it. We binged it over a couple of days over New Year's, really enjoyed it. So it just feels like there's a lot of really good stuff on right now. And then if, like me, you love your true trash TV, because I watch all the Real Housewives, all the selling real estate shows, I can honestly, wholeheartedly recommend from a fiction perspective, Hunting Wives, which is just hilarious. I would also recommend, there's this terrible show now on Netflix, which is called Members Only Palm Beach, which is kind of like MAGA Real Housewives, but it's absolutely bonkers. And you could kind of almost like sort of not hate watch it, but just watch in awe at just the horrificness of these women. And for the more unreconstructed sort of, I have to say, I'm really enjoying Landman, and it's another one I watch with my dad because he's really into the whole Yellowstone universe. And it's just a whole bunch of fun seeing Billy Bob Thornton just be pissed off at people. I just love that show.
he
Can't.
is excellent in like every scene in that show.
I feel
Oh,
like as a sort of like fairly, like I work for a living, sort of quite feminist woman, I should hate it, but Ali Larter just makes me happy. She's just so funny. So it's not a show that I would instinctively say like on paper that I would love, but it's just so well done and it's a good time. And Demi Moore is just phenomenal. It's got a great cast and it's a lot of fun. I am really going towards trash TV at the moment because I just feel it's what I need. So I'm here for anything easy, trashy.
well, 2026 can be the year of a little escape, I think, but um, some things that are a little easier to consume for sure. At least, that's the way I've felt lately. I'm going back to some old favorites and whatnot. But so you read? When did you read Station 11?
Literally just over Christmas. So just before Christmas, we went on holiday and I took a whole bunch of paperbacks, kind of from around 2020, 22 that I'd bought that people had recommended and for whatever reason not read. And they were all bangers, but Station 11 just wasn't what I thought it was going to be really scary and it just wasn't what I expected. It was just
It's
so,
such a good book, but it is
it just
not what the
really
jacket doesn't
deep.
give you a good, idea of what
Yeah,
you're getting into.
so beautiful and moving. I know there's moments of peril. I don't want to say anything more to spoil it for people, but it's kind of weird to say. It's a little bit like that episode of Last of Us, which is the gay couple. It just like I ended it with such a feeling of hope and warmth and yeah, just optimism. So maybe that's what but it's beautifully written. It's just so beautifully written. It's just yeah, it really blew me away just because it wasn't like any author who's that good but also can take a genre. I think Michal, you commented on this and then can bend it to a different genre. Just really, really amazing. So yeah, thank you to Vok for bringing that to my attention. And honestly, because it came across as being a kind of like I think it's because it came out like it was COVID. I didn't want to read plague books, but if you guys hadn't gone on about it as being so good, I wouldn't have approached it. And then obviously, oh my God, I forgot to mention Andor, which we all loved. And I
Oh yeah.
just also on
Mm.
holiday, I had saved up like that 3.5 hour Vok Andor episode, and I listened to it on the flight to holiday, and it was so good, and it made me re-love it all over again. So thank you also for that.
Yeah, there's been you're reminding me now. There's been so much good stuff this year, and I know we Station 11 is like a kind of a favorite with a lot of us around here. But the HBO did a TV adaptation that was actually pretty good as well. If you ever get around checking that out. And as for Amadeus, it says there's currently no U.S. Release date announced, but I imagine we'll probably see it sometime in the spring out here.
Also, Emily St. John Mandel has a new book coming out in September, I believe.
Ooh, okay,
Oh,
great.
I caught her giving a reading of her book on that took place on the moon, but that was
Yeah,
after
that
Station
was
11.
super weird, but good. It was. I mean, she's never gonna write another Station 11, but like, it was good.
Did any of you read The Glass Hotel
I
by
didn't
her?
read
Or-
that one. I read
I
the Sea
haven't
of
read that either. I
Tranquility.
was curious. Okay.
Oh,
All
I
right.
read that one. I think that's the one that has the terraforming moments on the moon. But
I'm also rereading Wuthering Heights, and I can confirm that it remains an absolute fucking banger. So if no one's read it, go read it. And I become, as I go through the book, increasingly nervous for the new film.
Yeah, 'cause that new
it's
film looks
incredible.
like it's going hard.
And old.
You know
And
what?
old.
We shall all be problematic together, for we shall surely be problematic separately. So
Oh,
Um,
madam.
I put my hand up to Vok on that and edit it and get it out whenever people are ready to, because I already know I'm gonna have thoughts.
That's great. All right. Let's see. Stephanie, how about you? You got anything?
yes, but can you come back to me? I'm able to listen, but I can't really talk right now at the moment.
Okay, we can swing back around. Let's see. Jock,
Thank
how
you.
about you?
Yeah, I had a friend recommend to me a book called Gideon the Ninth, and it's about necromancy, but in space. So basically, it's like dead worlds and like half resurrected people and that sort of thing. One of the opening lines is, "This is how it ends, gang banged to death by skeletons." So you know it's that sort of book. So I enjoyed that one.
No, I
I
I know
enjoyed,
as far as that book goes, that was highly recommended years ago by #Greg, and that just kind of reminds me to shout out congratulations to him and Casey on their recent
Yes.
engagement, even though they're not here with us at the moment. But
I
um,
literally screamed, "Congrats to them!"
the book is always on. It's like always one of those things. I'm like, oh, Greg always said that was really good, so it's on my list. I'm like, I'm gonna read it eventually. But then Casey's always like, him and his like space lesbian book, and I'm like, oh, I don't. I'm like, I don't know what to make of it. But
I just
anyway,
want to put that's our first ever Vok marriage, right? And they met on a Vok moot in Boston
Yes.
with
And
me
they
and
got
White
together
Raven and Amber Rocks and Varley, and they got together at
at Ice and FireCon.
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
yeah, definitely big
Book owner.
congratulations to those two.
to be completely clear, Gideon the Ninth is a very lesbian book. So
Yeah, I
like
mean,
Casey's
I think that's
100%
kind of
right.
in the text. It's like
Yeah.
this is a lesbian book.
But they do sound like I think there's 3 books in this series if I remember correctly. So, but
Yeah.
they come highly recommended. So,
Honestly,
That
I
reminds
started
me.
it. I couldn't get into it, but I mean, it could just be me. It's a very it's written with a very arch tone, and I kind of couldn't get past that. But I
Sidebar,
know dozens of people who love it. So,
please can we Vok pluribus, speaking of heavily
oh my
lesbian
gosh,
stuff? Thank you. Bye.
All right. Anything else, Jock?
Just that in general, I've been highly disappointed by like everything like established. Like Marvel's been terrible. Doctor Who was bad. Um, yeah, just basically every like mainline series was terrible except Andor.
Jock, did you like the new Superman that came out this summer?
Um, I preferred it to like the Marvel offerings, but even that was like mid at best.
Mm, okay.
I like the dog, like the taste of the squirrels.
I like the new Superman,
I like
but
the new Superman. The dog is basically the luggage from Terry Pratchett. Silence prevails. Can I also say that I really like the new Ryan Murphy series, All's Fair, that stars Kim Kardashian? I think she's superb and more than holds her own with Naomi Watts and Glenn Close.
oh, is that like the female lawyers one?
Yeah, and I'm not ashamed. I think it's legitimately good.
Well, the cast looks good, and I'm like, wait, is that Kim Kardashian? Um, she keeps failing the bar, but I guess she's going into acting. But
She's
like, what
only
is
tried
the?
the bar once. She hasn't kept failing the
She
bar.
failed three times actually, but
No, she hasn't. You're talking about Baby Bar, and then she passed the Baby Bar. She's only attempted the main
oh,
California bar once, and it's a very hard bar.
it's a hard
I'm
test. Yeah.
yeah, I'm a
Oh,
big supporter of Kim Kardashian's attempts to pass the bar. I just want to let you know
well,
that.
because she wants to do pro bono work. She wants to do like stuff to like help people who are wrongfully convicted. So I mean, nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
what is this related? Like the kind of law they do in the show? It looked like they were like divorce attorneys, maybe, or like what?
Yeah, they're just representing women being badasses. Like it's not pro bono work for people who are wrongfully incarcerated. It's just incredibly camp. The outfits are great, and we started watching it on holiday almost to be a hate watch. I think that's very much the vein in which my husband continued to watch it, but I just think it's legitimately a good time. And again, given my love of Landman and members only Palm Beach, this may speak more to my current mindset, but I was here for it.
Just ain't nothing but a good time. Do you think that she maybe signed up for the show just for the wardrobe?
No, because she's probably the only actress in it who can afford that wardrobe, anyways. Because
No,
she's by
that's
far
fair.
the
Yeah,
richest of all the actresses in it. She's
yeah.
very good. She holds her own. She holds her own against Oscar-nominated and winning Glenn Close and Naomi Watts.
Well, now you got me intrigued, Bina.
Honestly, it's like give it a go. Give it a go.
Yeah, we got a long weekend here. We'll see. All right, let's see. What about Michal? What do you got?
Um, it's funny because right now I'm just like I didn't read or watch anything this year. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, I mean, obviously Andor was a standout. That was a good time. Although I'm still resentful that they released it 3 episodes at a time. Because that would have just been a really delightful thing to marinate in for a couple months. Um, I read The Wheel of the Many this year. The sequel just came out at the end of last year, or I mean, last year I read it, and I liked it. I think it's been getting a lot of buzz, and people are really loving it. I don't know if any of those people have read Red Rising by Pierce Brown because it's kind of the same book, um, which is interesting. But
I love
I still
Red
enjoyed
Rising.
it. It was sorry.
I love Red Rising. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorite
so
series.
you would like Will of the Many. It's very much in the same vein. Maybe slightly
Okay.
less derivative of like Star Wars divided by Harry Potter, plus ancient Rome in space. But but definitely like a fun read. I also read the A Drop of Corruption and the Poison Chalice by Robert Jackson Bennett, and I actually really liked those. I think the third one is coming out this year at some point at the end of the year. Like I actually strongly recommend those. It's like very strange kind of biopunk mystery sci-fi, but also like one of those books that like characters are enhanced in different ways, and they're all like, there's all this like kind of biological craziness, but every so often like the plot will lead the main character to just like drop like a truth bomb that's just like, damn, that's so profound and relevant and like, way beyond the scope of just this. I also, this is like kind of out of my comfort zone, but I've been reading Richard Osman's books, the Thursday Murder Club series, and I've hugely enjoyed them. Very, very, very delightful. Kind of a little bit like Harry Potter for grown-ups, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Huh.
It's like a very like there's no magic, obviously. It's all realistic, but there's that kind of like exploratory sense of like this very distinct world, and very distinct characters, and kind of a real mix of like hilarity and bittersweetness that I find very effective. The fourth book actually had me like in floods. I was very taken by it. And not at all difficult to read, like very short chapters, very strong voice. Like I really recommend, if you're like stuck in a reading rut, those will definitely help you. I've also been reading Harlan Ellison recently. I like have been trying to write more short stories, so I was like, I guess I should read some short stories. So I got a couple of anthologies, and I've been working my way through them, and they're really very good. Strange and bizarre and problematic in a lot of ways, but very dynamic. I have the easiest one to get is like the Greatest Hits anthology that was put out by his estate, and that's got like his most famous kind of work in there. And I hadn't read most of it before, so it was very illuminating. What else? On TV, I am increasingly disappointed by Severance, like the farther away we get from it. I was just like, I really thought the beginning of the season was great, and then it kind of just like went into these strange cul-de-sacs over and over and over again. I don't know if that many people feel that way, but I certainly did. Pluribus was super weird, and I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but I was watching it every week, so it's obviously doing something right, and also has some very profound questions. Gosh, what else? I saw Superman, didn't love it. Honestly, at a certain point, like the fifth or sixth time that the dog like saved the day, I was like, maybe I'm too old for this. Like, and that was like a real existential crisis moment for me. Yeah, but I'm glad people enjoyed it, certainly. I don't know. What else happened this year? The Last of Us, that was okay. I mean, I think I actually like beat for beat enjoyed season 2 more than I enjoyed season 1, even though like objectively it's of lesser quality. I'm also super interested in like the behind the scenes, like whatever is going on there, because the video game guy left, and that seemed rather abrupt from the outside, and he was such a big part of like the way they were writing the show. So I'm interested to know. Probably never will, but interested to know what happened there. I feel like there was one more book that I read that I would recommend, but I don't remember what it was. So. Also, Leigh Bardugo that Hannah mentioned, she has an adult series, a trilogy, and the final book is coming out also at the end of this year. And that series is called Ninth House, and I do recommend it. It is a quite fun, sort of modern ghost story, supernatural, set in Yale read.
Okay, so you read the Thursday Murder Club. Did you see was it Netflix movie they did
Yes,
or whatever?
unfortunately, I did see the Netflix movie.
Was that any good?
No, Christopher Columbus is ruining excellent books now for 20 years. So I really like
rousing
it was
VOK endorsement.
It was crazy. Like he took these amazing actors and this series that is like literally like dripping with charm and verve and whatever, and just like punctured it and drained it all out. Like there's one scene where like a car is driving like fairly quickly. It's not really a car chase, but it's like I have to get somewhere fast situation. And I'm like, this is the most exciting scene that Chris Columbus has ever filmed in his entire life.
So I was a little
Also,
bit.
why change the ending of a super popular,
Yes!
super beloved book? It just makes no sense.
And one of the best characters. They totally railroaded. It was honestly like, yeah. I was really upset because I was excited and I saw it with like my friend set up. It was like so my mom and my friend's mom and my friend and her family and my sister like all went to their backyard and they like set up a little screen and we watched it. So like I was all primed to really enjoy this, and yeah, did not. It yeah, it wasn't very good.
Well, it's a shame too because it looks like it has such a great cast, but
It does have a great cast.
yeah, you
Yeah,
heard it here. Read the book instead,
yeah,
or find out for yourself. Who knows? But that's one of those that's like popped up a few times. I'm like, I don't know anything about it. You know, this is
yeah.
like, what did I watch? I watched what do you call it? One Battle After Another a few weeks ago, and I was like, Thursday Murder Club sounds like the Christmas Adventurers. You know, I was like, I don't know, it's just kind of a cheesy name. Obviously, probably not connected in any way. But anyway,
I'm actually
any
just scrolling. I'm trying to see if I like subscribe to any new podcasts this year, but I don't think I did.
podcasts have become so hard these days
Yeah.
because there's so many of them, and there's so many corporate podcasts that like are fun for a bit, but then kind of like, I don't know, like back in the day, it was just so many people passionate about whatever, and there were just a lot of like really interesting podcasts out there that weren't, you know, super like monetized and curated, and I don't
I have a great podcast for that. It's called If Books Can Kill, If Books Could Kill, and it's basically a critical analysis of like airport books. So like Freakonomics or like Sapiens or Malcolm Gladwell, those sort of things. That's done through like comedic sort of like having fun sort of lens.
I mean, I think we talked about this the other day too, because like it was like it's like a decade ago now. Like Apple changed their podcast app and then like kind of like fucked it up progressively more and more. And I feel like it just became kind of harder to like organically find nice podcasts. Like I think I do most of my podcasts on Spotify now. You know, like we're on there. You know, just in case anyone's looking. It's like actually easy to like find, you know, old episodes and stuff that way. So. All right, can we welcome Matt to the chat? How's it going, Matt?
Woo.
Sorry, let me unmute here as I I have to scoot back from the computer to watch football as I'm listening.
Yeah, no worries. We're just kind of going through everybody's, you know, just some recommendations for the year, stuff we enjoyed. Not necessarily that came out this year, but just, you know, stuff we enjoyed, might recommend. You got anything?
Probably not. I imagine people have covered most of it, and I did all my talking on the video game podcast.
Fair enough.
I haven't read. I just don't read a lot in recent years. I imagine Michal mentioned the like detective fantasy series thing, which I'm blanking on the name of. But I read the first book and that, but then the second book's still sitting like on my bedstand. And like a new Malazan book came out, and I still haven't. I have it. It's sitting on my bedstand, but I still haven't read it.
Oh my goodness!
So like even that, and it's like short too. It's only 400 pages. So I need to do that eventually. But my reading these days is down. And yeah, I don't know. You know, TV, Usual Suspects. Excited for the Pit to return next week.
Yeah, I didn't realize that like new episodes were like already almost here. I was like, what? Because I think they just started airing it like on TNT or something for, you know, general audience. So like in my head, I was like, oh, it'll probably, you know, streaming cycle. It might be 2 years before you see more episodes.
That's such a crazy throwback because, sorry, I haven't watched The Pit, but like I watched most of ER in reruns on TNT. So it's like full circle.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of one of their whole points here with The Pit is to to try and get away from all these TV shows that are taking 2 to 3 years in between seasons to try and kind of crank more out, and you have a show style that can do that.
Especially because they're not doing 20 episode seasons like a network show. Like when you're doing 10 episodes or less, like
Well, no,
if
this
you're
is 16. Like the Pit is 16.
Mm.
yeah.
Speaking of which, in praise of good book to TV adaptations, Slow Horses continues to be great. And I do appreciate the fact that it's out every single year. I know it's only like 8 to 10 episodes a season, but I love the momentum of it. And yeah, Apple TV is the weird
Yeah.
stealthy one, right? Because like no one really talks about Apple TV, but they do put out some really good shows.
Like just half the shit they put out, I watch. I feel like it's a lot of good content. And Slow Horses is one of those like I forget about it once I watch it. I love it, and then I'm like, oh, surprise, new season, and I'm like, already? Like it feels like it gets there kind of quick, So I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, and even if you have like mixed feelings on them, they're willing to like put money behind like sci-fi shows, which not a lot of places like are.
Yeah, I mean, like they're not. I mean, did they renew Foundation for another season? I think, right? Like, what does
Did they
that
really?
cost? So it's not cheap, that's for sure. But let's see what Stephanie's got for us.
Yeah, so I think like a lot of people, I've felt like I've experienced 2025 in dog years. But I have a lot of. I was insanely busy in the autumn with stuff I posted about on um, the Discord, and but that's done. So but then I was traveling, so basically, like any of like the Oscar bait movies I haven't seen, but like I have Begonia rented, and I have high expectations, and I just want to be lavished with Lanthimos's new weird creation, and uh, the yeah, like I still need to watch Frankenstein, and
Oh yeah.
Jane Austen book club, and Wuthering Heights before we can all be problematic together when the movie comes out. Um, Even just to watch a train wreck. Uh, but so something that's new to me, but not a new release this year is uh, Dark. It is kind of billed to English-speaking audiences as the European answer to Stranger Things. I haven't seen Stranger Things, so I can't comment on the comparison, but it's still good character-focused science fiction that was clearly at least outlined from the start. And so it's doesn't have any of the production problems as or like the or the time uh, distance between seasons as Stranger Things does. It's yeah, it's just good character driven science fiction, uh, and it's one of the best science fiction TV shows I've ever seen. So um, other than that, there is also a new Critical Role animated series that came out in 2025. I'm starting that. Uh, the
That's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, the Mighty Nine,
Yeah,
and
that one looks pretty good. I haven't started it either, but
yeah, and I've also been getting into Spy Family. Uh, it's an anime, but it's the new season. A new season came out this year, but yeah. So yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, and I haven't watched the new season of Andor yet, and I need to, and it's all downloaded on my tablet. So
girl, you got to get on that. All right, Xander, what do you got for us?
Alright, so in a similar vein to what Matt was just saying, like, I'm not very good at keeping up with new shit, and the stuff I have, I pretty much covered on our previous podcasts we posted this year that you can find on Spotify and Apple, you know.
But Xander, every podcast is someone's first podcast. So
Exactly.
you never know.
No, I decided I'm gonna kind of throw a little wrench in it and talk about two other things. Mainly in terms of VOK, like with us, um, the A Song of Ice and Fire mini reread is still coming out. It is just taking a little longer. But besides that, I do think I want to pull the trigger on the Anne Rice reread, The Vampire Chronicles. We'll see.
Ooh, that's kind of
But
ambitious, right? How many books are there in that series?
we'll see. Well, then that's the thing too. There's a few extra that are super unnecessary, so I think I would focus on like the main four books, which is Interview, Lestat, Armand, and Queen of the Damned. Because there's plenty of material to like compare with, especially with the TV series that I've intentionally not watched because I want to save it until we cover it on a podcast kind of thing.
Are you saying you don't want to read 2016's Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis?
No, that an actual thing?
I'm just looking at the list of all the books, actually. That is the second to last book in the.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. She
that's
stopped
interesting.
writing them for a while there and then, like, wrote a few more in the 2010s.
Yeah, so I definitely absolutely keep it on the original four of the quote unquote series she intended to write. But besides that, a lot of this year for me has been full of intent and good-heartedness because the world is not a good place. It's a very scary place and not always safe. But I've been spending a lot more time with my family, taking care of people, and really, I've lost a lot of people as well. So really, I think everybody should go into the new year being intentional in their presences and the time they give to everybody else. Because who knows what tomorrow's brings. And really, all that matters in life is the quality time and the good memories you have.
And I know often we find ourselves saying, like, hey, well, I'll get to that next week. I'll do it tomorrow, with a lot of things in life. Like, oh, I can always, like this. I was like, I can catch up with you guys some other time. But I was like, I wanted to, like, touch base somehow because it's like, well, there may not be a tomorrow, you know. I mean, just that's just the truth of it. So we never know when our opportunity was the last. So
Not sure if everyone went, but that's probably the note to end on, isn't it? That's a lovely sentiment. Like being intentional with your time and making quality time for your friends.
So on that note, I think that's probably a good place for us to end. Thank you, Xander, for sharing. And I will do a real quick. I guess I'll do a speed run of some of my real quick recommendations here because you guys obviously have used most of them. I will say I did read the Red Rising, the first trilogy this year. I really enjoyed that. I know that was one that like John Egan had recommended for a long time. We already talked about the Pit, some other ones that some kind of more recent shows and stuff that we didn't kind of hit on. All Her Fault. I enjoyed that. That's on Peacock, and I read the book, which was maybe a little better. The Beast in Me with Claire Danes on Netflix. They're both kind of very similar. They came out about the same time. A lot of like twists and turns in both of them. Maybe watch them a little bit apart from each other because watching them too close together, I feel like maybe takes away from one or the other. Recently, the Copenhagen test with his, I think that's Peacock as well, starring seemingly as like a CIA agent. You can't really say too much without giving away, but there's like a whole like mind control spy plot in there. That's a lot of fun. Let me see what else.
Yeah, I blitzed through the Copenhagen test. You know,
Yeah,
it's
like I sat down, I just started watching it. My wife doesn't usually watch like anything with me, and I watched like the first couple episodes, and she's like, "Well, now we have to watch it together." And then so we had to like sit through and binge the rest of the season, and it was very good. So yeah,
yeah,
can't really give away too much without talking about it, but highly recommend. As well as let's see, Wake Up Dead Man, which was the new Knives Out movie on Netflix, which I thought was better than Glass Onion. Was it the last one? Or it was very good. I enjoyed it. One Battle After Another we already mentioned, and I'm trying to think, nothing else like too significant. Yeah. So, oh, Your Friends and Neighbors, that was also pretty good with who's that? John Hamm on Apple TV. A lot of good stuff on Apple TV. So, yeah, maybe check some of these out and let us know what you think on the Discord. So,
Very quick, anybody have any top line excited for in 2026?
oh, hey, great point. Just here in a couple weeks, what do we have coming up?
We're back, babies.
That's right,
I was about to say
relevancy.
bitches, but that turned into babies. Anyway.
Dunk and Egg or Night of the Seven Kingdoms is going to be on HBO. I think it's the 20th of
The 19th,
January
I
or
think.
19th. I don't remember what the date is.
16th? Something.
Shocking lack of knowledge. It's going to be here in the middle of January, basically. So I don't know how long that season is. I haven't really looked at
It's
much of
6
the actual,
episodes and they're all
so,
half an hour.
which actually sounds perfect for that story, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, definitely looking forward to that. House of the Dragon, I think, got pushed to next year. And then
Did
we've
it? I
got.
thought it was coming back in
I think
at the end of the year.
I thought they said they were pushing it because originally it was supposed to be like in, I thought April or something like that. But I don't know. Like I said, shocking lack of knowledge on our part.
Well, let me just do the thing where you like look online on the place that has all the answers for everything.
yeah.
What
They
else?
may have moved it to the summer, but I'm pretty sure it's still coming out this year.
Avengers Doomsday is going to
Slated
be
for a summer
December.
2026 release, probably.
Okay, well that'd be good then. I just remember something about they wanted to have them in different years or something. Like I said, I've purposely tried to not read too much about the current like Westeros stuff on HBO. Just want to kind of like enjoy it.
Yeah,
But
the main thing they did is that they're gonna have like a second season of Night of the Seven Kingdoms next year. That was their main. So that
announcement. Okay, which
yeah, so
that
they
makes
keep
sense. They were
they
happy
keep
with this
things coming
season,
out.
so
Yeah, they're filming that now, I think.
yeah. And
Do
I
you know
mean,
how
it looked
badly I
great.
want David Tennant to play Brown Bennis? Like, very, very badly.
I mean, like they can pull in so many people that they haven't into a show like that, especially when the Hedge Knight stories are going to be self-contained. You can be like, hey, you can have basically a small part in a miniseries and move on, instead of committing to however many seasons of a show. So
And I feel like that might be even more flexible to going off book. Like they could do, like not maybe not suggesting they do this, but they could do like a filler season of like them looking for Tansel and Dorn, right?
yeah, I don't even mind if they gave us like random Dunk and Egg tales that are like that have not been written because they're just trying to like fill some space.
The
As long as
stakes
they're well
are so
done,
low.
you know. What'd you say?
The stakes are so low. It's just
Well,
like,
right. Like it's not going to fuck with anything. Like you're
yeah.
just giving us, and if we don't like it, like it doesn't matter. So, but the costumes, the armor, the like everything so far looks really good. So maybe because it's all kind of being shot in one place, they can maybe spend a little more money on all that, because they don't have to worry so much about dragons and CG and all that stuff going on. So
It's also just funny to me to like see comedic beats in Game of Thrones trailers because like they're so serious all the time.
yeah, and so we will be covering, I'm sure, week to week. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we were trying to figure out. We should have some name for it. Varley suggested the Clout Cast, because you get clouded on the ear listening to it. But I don't know. We'll figure it out.
And is Dune 3 coming out this year?
Oh, is it really?
Is it?
I don't
Maybe I'm
think
totally
so.
wrong.
That would be cool.
It does suggest that it's this year. Says December. Wait a second. Does Dune 3 and Doomsday have the same release date?
Oh yeah, I think they do for now, and then
That's
one of
gonna
them.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll change. They're both scheduled for December 18th. That's not gonna happen. So, unless I don't know, maybe it does, but given the narrow window of theatrical success these days, I don't think they want to step on each other's toes like that.
All
So,
Atreides knows Return and Avengers.
Well, it's funny because like after like at the end of one of the Doomsday trailers or all of them, I don't know, but they were like, there's a countdown clock that is like leads to December 18th, and I heard some people who were like, this is Disney saying we're not fucking moving. Like your move, Dune, we will not blink.
thanks guys for joining me. Like, this was really good, and look forward to 2026, and we'll have Dunkin' Egg. We'll have, I think, a Stranger Things pod coming up soon, and plenty of other stuff for you guys to talk about. All right,
Farewell, everyone.
bye.
Olivia does too.
Peace out.
Have a good one.
Good to talk to you guys.
Thanks, Michal.
They're apparently making a new. They're releasing a new season of Euphoria. I had no idea that they were still doing that.
Oh yeah. Well, I saw that and I'm like, well, what cast is coming back and what cast is not? Because I'm like, some of those people I would think would not be available, or certainly would, cost a lot more to bring back. So,
Like the core is actually coming back. It's the side characters who aren't. Um, like Z and Hunter and Jacob and Sydney and Alexa, I'm pretty sure are all coming back.
and I gotta be honest too, I don't even remember where that show left off. When was the last season of that?
Years ago.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe it's like a passion project for them or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also because like they might have been like filming some of it and then the strike happened.
Well, yeah, because COVID and strike and just,
So they might just decide to finish it up.
there are a number of shows that just sort of completely fell off around that time period because just you couldn't really do them. Yeah, because it started, let's see. I guess it came out in 2022, but the second season. But I don't know. It doesn't say when production was. Anyway, I'm sure there's plenty of good stuff to look forward to this year as far as media consumption goes.
And hopefully some stuff that surprises us. Like, well, I haven't actually watched it, but K-pop Demon Hunters or some books that break out or, stuff that is not the IP machine.
K-pop Demon Hunters is really fun.
I know. I need to watch
fun.
it. I need to watch it.
Oh, you should. You would like it. Yeah. We finally watched that the other day. It was very fun. So,
do you like Buffy, Michal?
I have been in my time a Buffy fan. Yes.
Okay. I've never personally seen Buffy. That was a little before my time, but I've heard a lot of positive comparisons to Buffy.
Oh, you would love Buffy.
You would.
You should try it. Okay. Buffy's coming back. Maybe
I'm a little skeptical of Joss Whedon. Like, I'm not one of those nerds that worships the ground Joss Whedon walks on. So
it really doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just a good show. It's like
just it's a really good show,
and it's really seminal as far as like the way we think of genre TV and how it relates, how those stories can be told amid like normal life stories. Like very, it's the template for so many things. Obviously, it's not a quick watch. It's like 7 or 8 like chunky seasons, and then if you want to get into Angel, there's more. But it's a really good show.
Even just if you watch the
Okay.
first, I think like 3 seasons, you get quite a bit out of it. But it's dated, obviously, because like nobody had cell phones and all that shit. But like it's still very watchable. I've every now and then I'll throw on an episode or whatever.
Yeah,
So
they
The,
teach you how to
the
use a
only
modem.
problem,
Eeyore!
the only problem with the show is the villains just keep getting increasingly more absurdly powerful.
Yeah, I mean it's not a perfect show. There's plenty of like dud episodes because it was still in
Yeah,
the old 24 episode season, and so whatever.
there was some
But
shitty ones, but there's also
yeah,
some really great one-off episodes, and
yeah,
no one was doing that shit back then. I
yeah.
mean, for
And
every
cross television like storytelling, like cross show storytelling was like
unheard of.
also yeah.
I remember it's like, oh, you got to watch Angel to see what's Buffy's gonna show up now on Angel, and you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Which like at the time like was like I'm sure just like shameless like brand promotion, but it felt like, oh no, I watched both of these. That's great.
Yeah.
Now they're
Also,
like you have to watch all 6 NCISs. I don't know what they do.
the 911 verse, yeah.
That's
Where
right.
will the bees go next?
Has anyone watched an episode of 911?
No, I've only seen the
No.
I've only seen the trailers, and I know they have because there's one in Nashville now they're doing, but I remember seeing there's one in like 911. It's like in LA or whatever, and I'm like, okay. And I'm watching the trailer, I think, because it was on during a football game, and literally it's like someone from the show is in space. And is like it looked like they were up on like a Blue Origin, type of thing or whatever. They're up in space, and then like there's some disaster, and so like the space station or something falls back down on LA, and it's like asteroids raining on LA, and I'm like, is the paramedic that's up there part of that? Like like what is going on with this show? Like
It's the Fast and Furious of TV shows. Like that's all the promos I see are just one more and more ridiculous disasters.
and I mean with Fast and Furious, I'm like, yeah, man, they strapped a rocket to that car and they're in space. Cool. I mean, I watched them take off of a runway for 30 minutes, so oh man.
I just want to point out, Stephanie, by her mere presence, reminded me that the Avatar animated movie is coming out at the end of this year, and I think the new show is also the like Seven Havens show.
Wait, there's a movie and a show?
Well, the new series should be the Avatar after Korra.
Yes, that is what it is. Yeah.
Isn't that what it is? Yeah, that's the only thing I've heard about.
This is the first I've heard about an animated movie, though. So
Yeah, they're making a gang as grown-ups movie.
Oh, so
Okay.
like before Korra with like adult Aang and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's
there's
based on any of
definitely
the
a market
comics.
for that. I was 10 when the show premiered. Now I'm in my early 30s, so.
Interesting. I'm also not sure how I feel about seeing like the next Avatar after Korra because it's kind of sad, like just what happened related to the Avatar in that show. But
yeah, I think the implication is that Korra did something bad.
Yeah,
after we have left her, and that has
up
put
even
us
worse.
in a bad position.
Yeah, I mean that's when we were doing the Korra cast. That was something that really like excited the more grown up viewers of that show, right? The idea of like an evil avatar, right? Like Amin was definitely in that interested in that angle.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Korra does something that's downright evil. I think there's like especially with the way Korra treated its antagonists that there would be enough like just like room for gray area or like something that that like she would at least have an explanation for. Uh, uh, but yeah, I mean, I was going to approach the new series as a binge watch just because I don't want to deal with the fandom again, and I don't want to like, and I just I still feel rather burned by the finale of just like of Korra, so I think they were so.
But that's fair. I mean, because if if something really bad goes like I don't know, if it takes like a huge like turn off the cliff or something, you'll hear about it and be like, well, maybe I can just give this a couple years before I go to it. Maybe
Or
save for
just
that.
binge watch and get it over with, right? All in one sitting. So
Yeah, and your expectations are managed at that point. So
Yeah. Well, they're
right.
both going to be on
So you're
Paramount
not
Plus as of now, so you don't
all
have to go
right.
to the theater, and you don't have to even have Nickelodeon. So.
Wonderful.
But now that I'm looking at it, Seven Havens might be next year because animation takes 10,000 years.
Unless your name is South Park.
Yes, well.
they do that shit in the afternoon.